Raila Odinga and Martha Karua have told the Supreme Court that there were massive irregularities at the polling stations, with their legal teams identifying about 41 polling stations across the country where votes for Raila Odinga were deducted and added to his opponent, William Ruto. Raila's legal team told the Supreme Court judges that there were glaring differences between Forms 34As signed at the polling stations and those posted on the IEBC portal. Let's get more from our very own Stephen Leto.
Hours later,
the legal team that represented Raila Odinga and Martha Karua in court laid bare what they termed as details of manipulation of results at polling stations in favor of William Ruto. On the first day of hearing, the petitioners in court, they picked sample forms from Bomet, Kiambu and Kakamega counties. The Raila Karua petition sought to expose to the Supreme Court what it termed hijacking of results mid-air, adjusting of figures before landing at the IEBC public portal, a scenario that the petitioners say led to the differences in figures between Forms 34As at the polling stations and at the IEBC portal.
That in 41 forms from the polling stations that she looked at, the Forms 34A received by the petitioner's agents vis-a-vis the Forms 34A uploaded in the IEBC portal and those brought to the tallying center are different.
Senior counsel Philip Murgar told the Supreme Court that there was a group of hackers whose role was to intercept the forms and alter their content in favor of William Ruto before uploading them back again on the IEBC portal.
There was a group of about 50 people who had access to the ICT systems of IEBC, whereby they were intercepting results before they were uploaded on the public portal.
And the forms in the portal are the same in all features. They have the same serial numbers. They are embossed using the same stamps. They're signed by the same agent, presiding and deputy presiding officers. However, the figures in the forms have been tampered with and are different.
While giving an example of one Form 34A in Chepalungu constituency, Bomet County, Odinga's lawyers claimed there was massive electoral fraud that was tailored to deny him the presidency.
In Chepalungu, polling station 1 of 1, the first petitioners and the physical copy of the Form 34A that was given to the agent, the first petitioner had 61 votes. In the form that was uploaded, or that is appearing in the IEBC portal, the first petitioner has 1 vote. In the Form 34A of the same polling station, the first respondent, William Ruto, had 109 votes. In the Form 34A in the IEBC portal, William Ruto has 169 votes. The 60 votes that are reduced from the first petitioner are added to William Ruto. The total votes remain the same.
Similar discrepancies are also spread out in Nairobi and Baringo counties, according to the petitioners.
Arnold Odinga sampled polling stations, 25 polling stations in Baringo, 15 polling stations in Nairobi, and he finds the same results as Celestine Onyango, where a total of 1,570 votes are added to the votes of the first respondent, William Samoei Ruto, that are not borne out by the original Forms 34A issued to the agents.
Lawyer Julie Soweto, while tackling the Form 34A's discrepancies matter before the Supreme Court bench, said affidavits filed at the Supreme Court show that votes for Raila Odinga were deducted and in many instances added to his opponent William Ruto, and sometimes deducted and not added to any of the 4 presidential candidates.
It is in the forms, or the sample of forms, the 41 sample of forms exhibited by Celestine Nyango, that votes have been reduced from the first petitioner and added to the first respondent. We have calculated the total number of votes reduced from the first petitioner and added to the first respondent, and they add up to 2,793 votes.
Odinga's team say a continued sampling will show the court IEBC electoral haste.
The difference between the result declared to overcome the 50% +1 threshold is 69,000 votes. 0.49%, which is the margin that the first respondent is said to have overcome the constitutional threshold, is the equivalent of 69,000 votes. And therefore, when we look at the results and the numbers that we will show have been tampered with, either reduced or removed from the first petitioner's votes, we will show that those discrepancies affect the outcome of the election or the result of the election.
The petitioners also questioned why there were more votes cast for the presidential ballot and not other seats of governor, senator, and parliamentary.
For instance, in Kirinyaga County, where the discrepancy between the presidential votes and the governor's vote was 23,550, which the only answer given by the respondents is that these were stray ballots. My ladies and my lords, a rough calculation of what is given as stray ballot for Kirinyaga County alone yields 33 stray ballots per polling station on average in Kirinyaga County, which we submit is not possible.
The Raila Karua lawyers submitted that the August 9 presidential polls were a sham and do not meet the constitutional threshold. Justice Mokin Wanjala, Njoki Ndungu, and Isaac Lenaula asked Odinga's team to further clarify on the issues of tampering with the forms.
And also in the context of the staging and tampering and so on, explain to us how that happens in real time. Give us, say, Kagera Primary School Form 34A. What exactly happened in your theory, because you say some of these things you don't have? How was Kagera Primary School interfered with the Form 34A?
Which means, therefore, if you go to that captured image, which has been re-uploaded, you will find different content from what it had at the polling station. So, to determine whether that has actually taken place, you would have to go now to the tallying center and locate that one that left by road and compare. Is it possible that that capturing in mid-air also somehow magically changes the content of the one that left by road?
Stephen Leto, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
All right, Leto, thanks so much for that.